Perfect.
Ooh, it's been a while, y'all. I'm sorry. Welcome back to the Underrated Podcast, episode 58, titled There Is a Difference. Now, when you hear that title, you be like, you may ask yourself, what do you mean by there is a difference? Well, there's a difference between normal black people and niggas. I mean, it's not hard to tell. For example, you have a greater chance of dying from a niggly bear than a grizzly bear. Ain't that crazy? You have a higher chance of dying from a ferocious niggly bear walking down your streets than a ferocious grizzly bear actually walking down your streets. I know locations a lot, but there's a difference. I'll show you the difference. I'll show you. Number one, niggly bears don't like kids. They don't care about kids. They don't. They'll kill a kid with the quickness. I'll show you. In New York, they definitely shoot kids. Niggly bears do. Watch this clip.
Chaos in Times Square as a shooter fires after a fight, sending people scrambling for cover as police shut down the crossroads of the world.
Everybody started running. I heard about 4 or 5 shots.
Tonight, 3 innocent victims are in the hospital, including a 4-year-old child shot while shopping for toys. And
see, I told you. Niggly bears don't care about the vicinity of kids. They don't care about anybody that's trying to live their life. This child was shopping for toys, and the niggly bear came out of the cave and started throwing shots all around in Times Square. Well, you know, of course, no one cares what niggly bears do. They only care about what the cops do. And that's why they get away with being as ferocious as they possibly can be with all their strength and will.
Rush her to a waiting ambulance. Another victim carried out on a stretcher just steps from the NYPD Times Square precinct. And in this next video, you can hear the gunshots as people run. Crowds of people running from the corner of 45th Street and 7th Avenue moments after that shooting. And 6 hours after the fact, Times Square is empty on a Saturday night. News 4's Anjali Hemphill just spoke exclusively with one of the victims at Bellevue Hospital. But first, News 4's Adam Hardy.
Look at that. They even affect the economy. They affect the area. Niggly bears stop all shopping. They are very effective at what they do, destruction and death. They are very good at it, and yet this is not a problem. Let me show you some stats from the month of April when niggly bears are loose in the city. Let me show you this. April shootings in New York are up 166% from last year. You niggly bears are so effective. Hey, y'all be like, oh, well, don't judge them. Somebody needs to start judging something or put them away. It's not going to be enough. We're already, 13%, 12%. We're about to go down to 5% if we keep letting this happen. But that's cool. But look who ran to the rescue of this little girl when the niggly bears were on the loose having a disagreement in the middle of Times Square.
Dramatic cell phone video showing an NYPD officer sprinting through Times Square carrying the 4-year-old victim, one of 3 hurt in Saturday's wild shooting.
It was right here.
Cameron Bevan and Erica Sanchez heard the gunshots.
Pow, pow, pow. Shots fired. Pow, pow, pow. Shots fired. Pow, pow, pow. Shots fired.
The soundtrack to every hood. Pow, pow, pow. See, he ain't never experienced black stand up close and personal. But you see, there was police that ran and picked this little girl up. Now, with all the criticism of how they handled traffic stops and all that, nobody went to go pick this little girl up because y'all was scared of them niggly bears. You hear Eric? You heard him. Let's hear them again.
Pow, pow, pow. Shots fired. Pow, pow, pow. Shots fired.
Now, I told you that the Niggly Bears, they don't like kids. They don't like teenagers either. They don't like teenagers that's trying to make something out of their life. They're like, why are you trying to make something out of your life? How dare you? You're supposed to be in the cave with us. And they cause so much damage in the neighborhood that they want to damage everybody. Like, it doesn't matter if you're successful or not. If they see you, you're done. That's why I said better get them weapons. You better get your conceal. I got mine. I be everywhere with it. I don't trust nothing. Nobody. And please don't try that. Oh, you hate your own race. Nah, I don't want to hear that. Because these Niggly Bears, they don't like regular people or Niggly Bears. So are they the race haters? Or am I? Because I keep a pistol on me and I will pull it out if it goes down. I don't understand that. But okay, I'll be that. I'll be your coon, if that's what you want to call me. But just remember, this coon is armed.
Only on Fox 29 tonight, one family's story that's way too familiar right now. Their son shot and killed a block from their home. They want answers and justice, and tonight they may be one step closer. Here's our Shawnette Wilson.
Philadelphia has always been home to this family, but sadly, they say now might be the time to go. A week after their son was shot to death, they want to know how a car crash ended with him being murdered. Cell phone video showing 19-year-old Bryant Hurd Jr. in happy times.
I wish I could have that time back.
Now, videos showing him full of life are all Bryant Sr. and his wife Cindy have left to remember their only son.
A part is gone now that it ain't gonna never come back.
Someone shot Bryant to death just after 1 o'clock in the afternoon on April 20th near his only home on Wagner Street.
Cold-blooded murder in broad daylight.
Police say a 19-year-old, not named by police, was in a white Ford Crown Vic and driving fast on Wagner Avenue when he hit Bryant's Chrysler 300 as he was turning onto Wagner. Police say immediately after the accident, another man came from down the street where he had been fixing a car and shot Bryant several times. It's a tragic ending to a promising life.
Monday, he had just took his carpentry union's test for apprenticeship. So he felt good about that. He had an interview on Thursday. He was excited because he knew he was about to get a career going.
Earlier on, Bryant had completed both the police and fire cadet programs. The 35th District Advisory Council posted this tribute on social media, calling Bryant a great young man and a very hard worker. Heartbroken, his parents say they kept him from the streets but still lost him.
I didn't think I had to worry about him. But because what's going on in this city and, you know, the gun violence, you had to worry.
Police right now are only saying this man, Terrence Fleming Jr. from the 5200 block of North Camac, is wanted for weapons violation concerning this homicide investigation.
I know he in a better place.
The other 19...
All right, so it's more to this story, too. This Niggly Bear right here, right? So he was at this scene. I seen it on World Star. I wouldn't put this out here. Where this white car, ran into Brian's car doing over 100 miles per hour in a residential area. And he nicked Brian's car and ran into a pole. So the Niggly Bear ran up on Brian and shot him over 5 times. Over where that, I believe that's a Toyota Camry. Where that police officer, the lone police officer is standing there. He ran over there and executed this young man because he's a Niggly Bear and his cousin was speeding in a residential area and hit someone that was making a legal turn and almost killed themselves. This is what I'm talking about. Niggly Bears don't like successful teenagers. They don't like kids. They don't like nobody. So this family has lost their child to a ferocious Niggly Bear that y'all protect and love and covenant with all your hearts. And finally, if there's one thing Niggly Bears really hate, it's religion. Oh, they hate being told that they're wrong. They hate a man of God. They hate a woman of God. They really hate religion. Oh, Niggly Bears will attack you over religion or just the fact that you represent God in some way, shape, or form. Now listen to this story about what happened to this pastor and his wife when they had an encounter with another ferocious niggly bear on the loose on the streets of Chicago. And you know they're full of niggly bears.
Tonight, only on 2, friends and family are rallying to support a Southside couple who were victims of a horrific attack this weekend. Both have a long history of service to their community and would give you the shirts off their backs. CBS 2's Jim Williams spoke to their children.
Even in this violent city, it is inconceivable what happened to Timothy and Renee Johnson.
It's like a page out of a horror movie.
Their 3 adult children who live in different parts of the country rushed to their side.
No one wants this to happen to any person at all, let alone your own parents.
On Saturday, Timothy and Renee were here on Emerald near 105th Street doing chores for Renee's 95-year-old mother, Timothy's sister, Rhonda.
Oh, it was nice outside, so you go out and you clean up around, the house, and he was in the alley cleaning up behind there.
A man approached Timothy asking if he wanted to buy something.
My brother just told him, no, I'm okay, or, no, thank you, I'm not interested. And he just attacked him.
Beaten with the shovel Timothy was carrying to do yard work. When Renee ran to her husband, she too was attacked.
He brutally attacked them.
Hard for you to describe what happened.
Yes.
Their eyes were gouged, parts of their ears bitten off. Prosecutors say the 28-year-old man, when arrested, was covered in blood.
Nobody could have imagined that we were going to wake up on Saturday and that was going to happen.
To Timothy, a minister at Salem Baptist Church who pastors on streets and parks even as he recovers from cancer.
I want the people to understand how much of a giving person he is. He will give you the shirt off of his back.
To Renee, a special education teacher.
They've done so much for the students and people in this city. And so for this to happen to them, it's just unfortunate.
2 pillars of the community.
My parents' hearts are so big. My parents' love is overflowing.
Now facing a long, difficult recovery.
We don't know why this happened, right? But it's a nightmare, but there are blessings in it as well.
So the niggly bear was mad because no one wanted to buy anything from him. So he ferociously attacks a minister, a pastor that's recovering from cancer, and his wife come over to see what's happening, and he's pulling eyes out and biting off ears. But the black community would say that these niggly bears are misunderstood. They're just people that just need a little guidance. Okay, I'll guide you to the barrel of my gun if you try to be a ferocious niggly bear around me. Damn it, Tommy Sotomayor, you was right. I have to give you your credit. You coined the term. And at first I was offended. Like, how dare you say something like this? But like, it's true. Niggly bears. They're dangerous. They are deadly. They are ferocious. And they don't care. Hey, man. This has been another episode of the Underrated Podcast. Again, I'm your host, G. Episode 58, titled, There Is a Difference. Make sure you guys check out my last episode 57, Make It Make Sense, episode 56, Young Living Savage. And make sure y'all comment and subscribe, because like I say all the time, they'll never monetize this, so I need your help. Again, I'm your host, G, and we are out.